Good morning and welcome to Start Your Day with Dr. A 5-minute inspirational to get your day off to an amazing start. We've been talking about the fact that we are God's masterpiece, and yesterday we talked about the fact that although Michelangelo had this incredible finished project called the David, on the way to seeing the David, you had to pass by his unfinished pieces. And I promise you that there were 3 lessons we can see from that. Let's look at those 3 lessons that we can learn from Michelangelo's unfinished pieces. Well, first, like the unfinished statues that we were able to see on the way to the David, we are all on the way to becoming. Man, isn't that good news? We're still on the way. No matter your age, continue learning and growing. Be a lifelong learner. On one of the characters on the movie The Shawshank Redemption he said, either you get busy living or you get busy dying. Isn't that true? You get busy living or you get busy dying. Well, I want you to get busy living. I want you to understand now that you can continue to grow and to become more than you are, and it goes beyond your imagination if you continue to grow and learn. So the first thing is we're all on the way, so continue to grow. The second lesson is that unfinished state of Michelangelo's statues. When you look at them, you can look them up on the net. It leaves them looking as if the figure is like straining to get out of that marble that holds him. The second lesson is we want to continue to become more, to strain to get out of that. Worldwide motivational speaker, if you ever heard of Les Brown, you hear him say this: you got to be hungry. If you heard him say it, you can feel it. You have to be hungry. Well, you know what? The Apostle Paul writes in Philippians that we should also be pressing forward, straining, if you will, straining toward the call that is on your lives. Oftentimes, you will feel something even calling you. You know what those are? Those are those good things that God already prepared for you that are calling you. And that's what often makes you strain to become all you can be. There is a David, a masterpiece inside of you, straining to get out. Well, third and last, and particularly that unfinished piece we talked about, or that's called the Atlas, that really gives a great picture of where our challenge lies in becoming all God called us to be, all we should be, having the healthy relationships, the successful life that God says he wants us to have. He clearly says he wants you to have an abundant life. You know where the challenge is? Well, the unfinished part of the Atlas is the head. You know what? That's where our challenge is. You and I have got to be willing to change our thinking. But let me tell you right now, change requires learning. And to be honest with you, learning is often uncomfortable. That's why most people don't do it. But not you and I. We're going to be willing to change. James Allen wrote a book called As a Man Thinketh. And he said this: most people are anxious to change their circumstances, but they're unwilling to improve themselves. Therefore, they remain bound. Wow, look at what he's saying. Most people do want to change, but they're unwilling to improve themselves. When you make the decision to improve yourself, continue to grow, even Jesus said it is the truth that will set you free. So continue to free and understand your thinking to what God actually says. That's why we're doing these devotionals, to redirect, to reform exactly what God says about us and get that image. Because you know what? Finding out the truth of how God made you will cause you to change your image and up-level everything you're doing, your relationships, your business, and it doesn't matter. It'll continue to go up. Well, you know what? Here's your challenge or call to action for today. I want you to see what area of those 3 that you see God really working in, or that you want to make a decision to do. I'm going to make a decision to grow, or I'm going to make a decision to really strain to become who I can be, or I'm going to make a decision to change my thinking. When you do, everything around you changes. If you want more of this, you can check us out at our In-Between group or at our inbetweenfamily.org. Until then, I will see you next time on Start Your Day with Dr. A.